Greetings YouTube, in today's episode of Final Fantasy XII we're going to be finishing off the Garum Seath Waterway, so stay tuned. So this save point's been our friend lately, hasn't it? We've saved here numerous times now. And in the last episode, towards the end, we fought off a nasty flan encounter and got slimed by that. And we gained Amalia as a new guest party member. And we had a look at how that system works as well, since it has changed a little bit here in the Zodiac Age compared to previous incarnations of the game. And just check that there's no potions respawning or anything. Bring the map up before we get lost. And it looks like we're ready to move on, so we're going to continue heading west. As you can see, we're kind of doing a big loop around this dungeon, aren't we? And we've just reached the halfway point now. We've just gone past the halfway point, I should say. And what's this? A treasure just slap bang in the middle of the room here. Interesting stuff. And we're going to start being introduced to new character types as well at this point. Sorry, new enemy types, I mean to say. Including what we have here, which is the Ghost. And the Ghost is weak to cure magic. So you can actually get Fran to throw cures onto this thing and do damage to it thusly. If you want to. Oh, we stole a glass jewel. I don't know what that is, but it sounds expensive. Trying to target the Ghost here. Don't seem to be having much luck. Oh, right, okay. Foes is our one. Gotcha. And it seemed to teleport out of the way from that, which was a little bit annoying. And Ash is like, so excuse me, Amalia is like, here, let's have a few more into the battle, because why not? A demon eyeball, how lovely. Let's see what else we can steal. So the more we can steal, the better, basically. Let's just crack on though with killing these guys. Okay, and we'll continue to add experience and license points to our totals and our tallies and what have you, which is exciting because then later on when we use the job system, we're going to have a lot of license points to go through. Just checking there's nothing exciting to loot. There isn't, so we're just going to continue making our way down here by the looks of things and into the next area. Right, this is the number 10 channel. So this is pretty much a mirror of the previous area on the other side that we've gone through. I'm going to take a break from stealing for a bit so that we can get through some of these encounters a little bit faster. And it's another Ghost. So if we head to Fran, White Magics, Cure, L1, Ghost B, and hopefully lay on some nice damage here. Yeah, it did about 50% of the damage there. Just finish it off with physical attacks. So the enemies have definitely stepped up in difficulty, haven't they, since we first came into this dungeon. We've gone from fighting rats to fighting Garchi Merceras, or whatever the heck these things are called. Okay. Nicely done. Ah. On the last one we couldn't traverse that section, could we, on the other side of this room? But apparently here we can. So this is a dead end around here, but there could be some treasures. You never know. Ooh, it's not actually a dead end. Actually, we do want to be here. So first things first, we're going to make our way over to the section with the save crystal, which you can see here. Obviously, we're going to use it to heal up and to save up. We actually have a boss coming up. And technically, it's the first proper boss in the game. The Flans weren't really a boss, they were more of a tougher enemy spawn. And at the start, we fought the flying mechanical thing, but that was a encounter that could not be lost. So here we do, in my opinion, have the game's first boss. Make sure you don't have Fran set to cast fire with it. Or on it, rather. And then when you're ready, head into the overflow cloaca area. So this boss is known as Firemane, and as you can see, he is imbued with the fire element. And it's recommended that you basically just attack all out, but don't hit him with fire, so make sure that Fran does not have that attached to her any of her gambits, or you're going to be not having a good time. So we can see that the red health bar at the top is an indication of the fact that this is a boss. And I don't think you can steal multiple items, but I guess we can check. Yep, that's it. So we're just going to go to normal attacks here. And expect lots of damage. So I'm kind of hoping that our characters are really going to step up to the plate on healing at this point. And you might have to use the odd Phoenix down or two, so don't worry too much if you get killed. Especially if, as in this situation, such as what I'm in, you don't have any jobs available. Which means you're wearing basic equipment and have low stats. So, as you can see, lots of nasty stuff hitting us here. It's time to throw on a bit of our own healing, I think. What have we got? Antidotes? Yes, we've got antidotes. So we're going to throw a couple of those around the place. Let's get Varn antidoted up first. And also Fran as well. And then hopefully we can get back to normal healing as well at this point. So, did I say? I can't remember because I was stressed then about that little healing needing situation. This boss does teleport around the place, so you'll just have to be careful as to your positioning. Just step back while we get cured there, thank you. So there's that teleport. And again. So Varney's taking like 50% damage in single hits here. Looks like we need to get our own potions going as well, doesn't it? Oh boy. So we could require Phoenix down at this point, because I don't think we're going to get a heal off on Varn in time. Nope. So we need to select a new party leader. Obviously it can't be Varn. It could be Amelia, but we'll just go for Balthier for the time being. And we're going to, first of all, Phoenix down on Varn. We've got a nice supply of them. And with him back alive, we're going to heal him, first of all, because he doesn't have much health. And then we're going to go ahead and heal Amalia. And we're also going to switch back to Varn because he doesn't have any gambits set up at the moment. So we need to be controlling him more than anything. And is Amalia still alive? Apparently, somehow, yes. And I'm just going to go for some attacks now. Try and stay away from the fire here. I know that Varn is poisoned, but I'm expecting that attack to go off again soon. We do just need to stay on top of healing here, because when that AoE ability comes in that poisons everyone, it also does a lot of damage. So you do have to just find time to attack, because otherwise you're going to spend your whole time healing and you're never going to get any damage done then. But still, a couple of heals don't go amiss here. Ah, healing, healing, healing. I know I should be doing damage, but do not want to die. Let's just make sure we're attacking again. Okay, he's going to ready rush, so that sounds like something that's going to hurt us. Let's go ahead and see if we can get a heal off in time. Oh, bushfire, which is the one that does the big damage. I can't remember off the top of my head. Just want to make sure that we're all ready for it, though. Yeah, this is the one that does big damage, bushfire. This is the third time casting it now. Hopefully Varn's going to survive it. He does, and he gets healed. Wow. The potion that we cast beforehand actually went off immediately after that ability, which was nice. So now we can once again go all out with damage. And he's down. Quite a challenging encounter, actually. Especially with no jobs. But we got through it. We managed.
Stand where you are.
Now's not the time.
Coming. Whatever they get. Is that what the commotion last night was about?
They think me some common thief.
Better than a common assassin.
These people have done nothing. Release them.
What are you doing?
Don't interrupt me. I'm thinking. Wait!
Where'd
He
you
didn't
think
know what
you
he
were
was
going?
doing. You have to let him go. You have to.
Penelo! Sorry. That dinner will have to wait.
I told you.
That's enough.
Ah!
Leave him alone.
Hold on to this for me, would you? Just until I bring Varn back.
On your feet, you, over here.
All right. Edgy, aren't we?
It's Balthier, my brother.
What does that philanderer think he's doing? I was to kill Balthier, not those addle-pated Imperials.
So there's some bounty hunters after Balthier, and also he's passed something along to Penelo until, well, a little bit later, he said, until he brings Varn back.
I brought you some of those flowers you like. Galbana lilies. Remember? You always said how they smelled nice and how pretty they were. Remember? The king. Did you? Were you really a part of it? Even if you were, Captain Bosch must have tricked you into it.
You're awake.
Where are we?
Prison, where else? More a dungeon, but it's really all the same. Relax, it's just a corpse. Jump at every little thing down here and you'll wear yourself out. It's not even a proper dungeon. They just sealed off the bottom level of the fortress. Take a look around. We're not the first they've thrown down here.
Where's Fran?
She's off trying to find us a way out. Remember what curiosity killed? Just a friendly word of advice. This is all the water we've got. I'd save your strength if I were you.
Okay, so here we find ourselves in the Nalbina dungeons. So as you can imagine, this isn't particularly a pleasant place. And we had an interesting flashback there with Varn and his brother Rex, who seems to have gone a little bit crazy after the event. So we can start just by chatting to the folks around here, including Balthier. It looks like the Imperials have taken our stuff. Meaning if we open up the menu here and go on to equipment, we don't have any. So that's not obviously going to be particularly useful for us. And we can see there's plenty of corpses scattered around the place. But there are treasures. For some reason the other inmates didn't want to loot this. This was a knot of rust. What use is a knot of rust? Well, it can be used in battles. I'll have to just remind myself if it's an item or something you equip, but I think it's... Yes, it's the former. And there's quite a few of them scattered around if we look carefully. So I'm not going to speak to anyone around there at the moment for the time being. Let's see if there's anything else to loot before we move on here. Right, we do need to go and save because... Oh, there's one, look. There's actually a bit of an event coming up where we're going to have to fight in a few moments' time. So just check around this area here. Make sure we've explored every part. Yeah, there we go. Another knot of rust. So just make sure we collect all of these before moving on. And I think we can safely say that we've done so, so we'll head back up north here and access the save point before doing anything else. And to be honest, folks, I'm going to call it quits now, because we've got some interesting sections coming up and probably worthy of their own episode. So thanks for joining me today. If you have enjoyed watching, don't forget to hit the like button and be subscribed to the Fuzz Finger Gaming YouTube channel. And stay tuned, and we'll be right back with more Final Fantasy XII.